Morning everybody, it's Frank here. Today I wanted to talk to everybody about ants. And I know some of you might laugh because I used to do pest control, but I'm not talking about those kind of ants. These kind of ants that we're talking about today are automatic negative thoughts. Basically what this is referring to is when you're going through life and you have a situation that presents itself, what is your first thought? What is that first thing that pops into your mind about that situation? Is it always a positive thought, or is it always a negative thought? Kind of give you an example. If you're just driving around and somebody, cuts you off or something like that, is your first thought, God damn, this jerk, what the F? How could he be so stupid? That's an automatic negative thought. Good reframing of that would be, oh man, I wonder what's going on up there. I hope everybody's okay. That's just a very simple, quick example of automatic negative thoughts. But I want to kind of further expand on this whole automatic negative thought thing. And if you're one of those people that's like me, that constantly in any situation that you're in, and not every situation, but a lot of situations, if the first thing that pops into your mind is a negative thought or negative emotion, you're thinking critically, or you're being judgmental, or being mean-spirited, or whatever kind of negative, connotation that you want to apply to that situation, you might want to check that. Check yourself, because you might have some deeper problems that you've got to work through. It wasn't until I read this book by Dr. Amen, Change Your Brain, You Can Change Your Life, where he really turned me on to these automatic negative thoughts and kind of showed me like how messed up my brain waves were. I was always, whatever the situation was, my immediate response was negative. I was always quick to judge somebody, or I was always quick to criticize, or I was always, quick to just respond with, anger. And your brain is wired that way after doing it for so long. And if you can't seem to, get past that, start doing some work. Start digging into yourself. Go to therapy. Start trying to take a deep look in that mirror and, figure out where are those negative thoughts coming from. And work on rewiring your brain. I know it sounds kind of like weird to say, but it's a real thing. I'm no doctor by any means, but the neuroplasticity of your wrinkles in your brain and the transmissions that you're sending your brain play a big part in how your thinking is, how your thinking works. And if you can stop those negative thoughts from, being the first thing that pops into your brain, you can really change your life. You can really change your perspective. You can change your mood. You can change your attitude. You can change so many things for the better. It really, really, really makes a big difference. And I had no idea until, probably a year or so ago, where I realized how bad my negative thinking was. Every little thing that happened was really just like, bam, straight to the negative, straight to the worst case scenario. And I've worked on it, and I've been changing it little by little here and there, and until now where I've gotten to the point where I just live a much more peaceful life because of it. I'm not angry. I'm not pissed off at the world. I'm not, immediately like upset about like even the worst of situations. Life's gonna happen. Shit's gonna suck from time to time. Like sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it. But if you're just staying in that negative mindset and those automatic negative thoughts, it's not gonna get any better. If you reframe your thinking to, turning those negatives into a positive, you get yourself unstuck so much quicker, whatever the situation is. So I really hope that if any of you are struggling with that, or don't even realize it, but might have that, going on. Take a look at yourself and think about that, and try to apply some of those changes. Try to think more positively about stuff. Try to think through the problem to where you're not just like immediately like upset and angry, and there will be such a weight lifted off your shoulders that I really think that you'll appreciate that change. So today's message: get rid of those automatic negative thoughts, squish those ants, do whatever you can to reframe your brain's transmission wires the way that you think. It'll help you significantly in the long run. You'll live a much happier, more peaceful life, and that means the world to me if you can start getting into that frame of mind. So I think that's all I've got for this one, but if you have any questions or comments or anything, please just let me know. We can expand on that, and hopefully this one helps. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks. Love y'all.